The boxing universe was still reverberating from Naoya, the monster Inoue's latest demolition job, a clinical dismantling of the rugged and durable Raymond Cardenas. Yet in true Inoue fashion, there was no pause for celebration. Without hesitation or ceremony, the Japanese destroyer did what he always does. He set his predatory sights on his next elite target, former unified champion and enigmatic technician, Murodjon model. But it wasn't just the announcement of another high-stakes showdown that sent shockwaves through the sport. It was the reaction of one of boxing's most iconic and fearsome figures, Iron Mike Tyson. During a no-holds-barred episode of his Hot Boxin' podcast, Tyson's visceral take on the potential superfight sparked a seismic ripple through the combat sports world, serving as a powerful reminder of why he remains one of the sport's most magnetic and insightful voices nearly 2 decades after his last professional bout. Tyson, never one to mince words or offer diluted opinions, erupted with unfiltered admiration when the conversation turned to Inoue's fearless challenge. He's operating with that same primal killer instinct that only comes around once in a blue moon, Tyson growled, in that unmistakable, raspy tone. When I study his fights, I see that cold, merciless focus I used to have when I was young and starving. It's not just about winning. He's in there to change careers. Guys don't come back the same after going a few rounds with him. Coming from a man who once terrorized the heavyweight division and reduced world-class opponents to nervous wrecks before they even touched gloves, the comparison wasn't made lightly. Tyson recognized something rare in Inoue, not just his skills, but that unteachable, instinctual hunger that separates the good from the great. What impressed Tyson most wasn't Inoue's undefeated record or the stack of championship belts, but his mindset, his unquenchable thirst for danger. Look around today, Tyson scoffed. You've got so-called champions cherry-picking opponents, ducking real threats, guarding that oh like it's sacred. Not Inoue. That cat's a throwback. He's a real gladiator. He cares about legacy, not just paydays. The reverence in Tyson's voice was unmistakable. He rattled off Inoue's resume with the precision of a seasoned analyst, marveling at how the Japanese phenom had systematically dismantled multiple divisions with the surgical precision of a scalpel and the raw power of a wrecking ball. Still, Tyson wasn't blinded by fanfare. When the topic turned to Murodjon model, his tone sharpened. This, he made clear, was no mere tune-up. Let's keep it 100, Tyson warned. Model ain't some walkover. He's got those deep, brick-hard boxing roots, Soviet-style amateur pedigree. Those guys are forged in fire, sparring like it's war from age 12. Tyson went on to dissect Model's footwork, body attack, and underrated defensive craft, showcasing a level of technical insight few current trainers can match. He painted a picture of a man who could give even the indomitable Inoue something to think about. If Inoue thinks he's just gonna walk through this guy 'cause he's the bigger name, Tyson said, he might wake up staring at the lights, wondering what the hell just hit him. Yet for all the praise Model received, Tyson kept circling back to the phenomenon that is Naoya Inoue. His voice lowered slightly, more contemplative than confrontational, as he tried to convey what truly separates Inoue from his peers. The scary thing about Inoue, Tyson said, is that he processes information in the ring like he's got an AI supercomputer in his brain. You could be having the fight of your life, thinking you're in control, then, boom, one tiny adjustment, and you're doing the stanky leg, trying to remember what year it is. It was a vivid, almost comical image, but the point was serious. Inoue's ability to adapt in real time to make microscopic tactical shifts mid-fight that led to catastrophic results for his opponents is what elevates him from elite to generational. Tyson became especially animated when discussing Inoue's punching power relative to his weight class, something close to the former heavyweight champion's own heart. People don't get it, he said. This kid is starching natural featherweights and junior lightweights while still walking around as a damn bantamweight. That ain't normal power. That ain't even elite power. That's supernatural. When he cracks dudes, they don't just fall, they start speaking in tongues, seeing ancestors, rethinking their whole life choices. The colorful description captured the life-altering violence of Inoue's knockouts, violent punctuation marks that have become must-see moments for fight fans across the globe. As the conversation wound down, Tyson offered a historical perspective, placing Inoue among the pantheon of greats from the lighter weight classes. I've seen stone-cold killers down there, Gomez, Arguello, Pacquiao in his prime, but Inoue, he's different, Tyson said. He's not just dominating, he's erasing guys, and he ain't done. In that moment, it was clear. Naoya Inoue isn't just the present of boxing, he might be shaping its future. And if Iron Mike Tyson is to be believed, the monster's reign is far from over. Over the years, boxing's lower weight divisions have produced some of the sport's most technically gifted warriors. Ricardo Finito Lopez with his flawless technique, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez with his relentless pressure, each a master of their craft. But as Mike Tyson sees it, Naoya, the monster Inoue, isn't just a continuation of that lineage, he's the evolution of it. Inoue's got the same mastery as those legends, Tyson said with reverence. But with this extra dimension, you can feel the violence radiating off him even when he's just standing in the corner between rounds. There's an inevitability to his knockouts. That's why they call this the hurt business. The comparison to Lopez and Chocolatito underscored just how highly Tyson regards Inoue's place in boxing's pantheon, even with what could be several prime years still ahead of him. Never one to hedge his bets, Tyson gave a brutally honest prediction about how a potential super fight with the dangerous and highly respected Murodjon model might unfold. Unless Model can turn this into a dirty, ugly street fight from the opening bell and drown him in deep waters early, Tyson warned, I see Inoue dissecting him round by round like a biology experiment, until boom, another poor bastard gets added to his highlight reel. And when Tyson says dissect, he doesn't just mean with surgical precision. He means with intent, something far more frightening. What people don't appreciate is his precision isn't just accurate, it's predatory, Tyson said. He's not throwing punches to score points. He's removing your consciousness, one perfectly calibrated shot at a time, like a neurological assassin. It was a haunting description, one that painted a vivid picture of what might await Model if this fight materializes. But perhaps most insightful was Tyson's take on the psychological side of Inoue's dominance, drawn from his own experiences as one of the most feared fighters in history. The scariest part about Inoue ain't his hand speed or his power, it's that eerie calm he carries into battle, Tyson explained. Most killers in this sport, they're screaming, hyping themselves up in the locker room. Not this kid. He's just sitting there, staring through you, like he's already played out your demise in his head 100 times. That kind of quiet confidence, Tyson said, seeps into the minds of opponents long before the first bell. It starts chipping away at their belief during camp. By fight night, many have already lost. Tyson's analysis showcased not just his deep understanding of the mental warfare that defines elite boxing, but also the gravity of what a dominant Inoue win over Model would mean. If he dismantles Model the way he's done everybody else lately, Tyson said, pounding the table for emphasis, we're not just talking about the best fighter today, we're talking about an all-time great, a guy who might crack the top 10 pound for pound in history. Tyson didn't toss around comparisons lightly, but when he invoked the name of Henry Armstrong, a man who held 3 world titles simultaneously in the 1930s, it became clear just how rare he considers Inoue's run. The way he's moving up and cleaning out divisions, that's some Henry Armstrong type stuff. Young fans better appreciate what they're seeing, because this doesn't happen often. As the conversation reached its crescendo, Tyson delivered one final, unforgettable endorsement, a signature moment of unfiltered wisdom that perfectly captured Inoue's magnetic appeal. When Inoue fights, Tyson said with the conviction of a man who's seen everything this sport has to offer. You clear your schedule. You tell your woman to save her comments for later. You glue your eyes to the screen like your life depends on it. Because what you're about to witness is that rare combination of brutal violence and technical artistry. It's why boxing, at its best, is the greatest sport on earth. Then, with a smirk and a growl, he added, "This kid is special, with a capital S, and I'll be damned if I miss watching him add another body to his collection." Coming from arguably the most terrifying knockout artist in heavyweight history, Tyson's endorsement served as the ultimate seal of approval for Inoue's terrifying skill set. His passionate breakdown added rocket fuel to an already electric potential matchup with Modal. Now, the boxing world waits, with bated breath, to see whether this clash of elite talents becomes reality. One thing is certain: if the fight happens, it won't just be another title bout. As Tyson might say, it'll be a collision of destinies, one that will either elevate a legacy or forever reshape a career. And in true Tyson fashion, he summed it up with brutal clarity: either tune in or kick yourself forever.